Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Moosey.
Hey all, how's it going? Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hope you've been good. Had a good day at the gym today. I got to spend the last couple of days with the boy because Tiana was away. Not that I can't spend time with him while she's here, but you know, got to like actually hang out with the dog and like veg out for 2 days because I had no work, which was sick. Macon is in the house. He's downstairs right now, but he is here. You're all doing fantastic. I haven't had a chance to update the graphics and stuff with Macho's new logo for the DXBL4, but I am excited to do that at some point. Tomorrow we have the Nuzlocke video, and then after that I'm going to start pushing out vids from the DXBL and then like other VODs and things like that that I have on the back burner. Like I said, there's not going to be a Rancher Rundown this month. With everything leading up to Combo Breaker, it's I wouldn't be able to make something good. I can make something quick, but I just don't have enough time to like actually sit down and grind it out because after tomorrow, I don't have a day off until Combo Breaker starts. So I work I didn't think it's exactly 2 weeks straight. So we're going to be grinding a little bit in the day job to make Combo Breaker happen. Hold on, my camera it's like kind of okay. But it looks a little... I don't have like... There's no middle ground. Alright, whatever. That's fine. Go Pause, thank you for the raid, by the way. Hope your stream went well. Make progress on the official Metal Nerd tier list video? What would that even be? Number 1 Metal Nerd. At the end. That's the Metal Nerd tier list. Raising the heavyweight Mew. Were you raising the Bow Wow? I saw the picture. But yeah, tonight we got DXBL middleweight number 2. 40 monsters fighting tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be a good long tournament. Couple hours. Long, but you know, bingo bango will be done before you know it. We're going to get started with our first matches, Enoch and Bad Luck Duck. And you know what would help? Having the game open. You think I've done this enough times, I have to remember that to play the game, I gotta open the game. But yeah, I hope you all had a good weekend. Everything went well for you in all of your endeavors. Is it Millhouse? Yeah. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Can't see all the words, but it is Millhouse. This is my sister's shirt. It is a little bit too small for me, but that's okay. It's laundry day tomorrow. I'm also wearing pajama pants. I did not dress up for the stream. I apologize, guys. Weekend ended well for you? Hell yeah. I'm happy for you. It's a cute shirt. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. So I got a guy fighting tonight. I got my boy Special K. Speaking of comfy, he's like the opposite. He's going to be anxiety-inducing for everyone at all times. Just like the real Special K, I suppose. Okay, Enoch and Bad Luck Duck up first. Whenever this decides to stop loading. One of these days. It's just one of those days when the game won't load. The internet is slow. Your mom's a hoe. I don't remember how it goes. I do, but that's not as funny as the bit. Okay, Enoch and Bad Luck Duck. 3 monsters named Enoch is crazy. Precedence dictates to run into Golem and lose a bunch today? Hell yeah. Oh, okay. So, we'll get some predictions going. Predictions live. Who do you like? If you're on Twitch, you can bet fake points, fake monies. It's real to me, damn it. I really gotta shave. Jeez. Once my webcam feels like it's like off today. What's it doing? I don't know. It's okay. We go next. What do we got? The best 99% on Enoch. Holy. Bad luck for the duck indeed. Okay, well that's game 1. Does he have fight? I don't think so. Okay, and that's game 2. C'est la vie. Some people say I look like me dad. We got Smorbit and Tornillos up next. That was a whole ass set. Tornillo. Okie dokie. We go next. What do you guys like? Prediction is live. You're very good at betting. Did you bet right? You bet with the other 99%? For a minuscule payout? Yeah, the bracket link works now. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description, but I did update it like a couple of minutes ago, so you might have to refresh if you want to see it. And then on YouTube or on Twitch, it's !bracket, or you can check the pin. 91% on Smorbit. Here you go. Fire charge opener, good damage. A little bit of everything on Tornillos, eh? Kind of like the nails build. I do like it. Into the bite throw. Got his ass. Look at that. No ability to dodge does make matchups funny. Ooh, crits on the fire charge this time. Okay, will Smorbit attack this time? Spin kick. It's good damage. Another charge though. He swung. He at least swung once. Tornillo's gonna take that. Next up, Annie and Froster Shock. Hey, Spinda, how are you doing? Rip points already? Don't go all in immediately. It's a long night. You should only be betting little bits right now. And then you go big on the ones that you're sure of. Oh, hell yeah. We got a Jelly Hound. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? It's too early to be going all in. How's it going? It's going well, JP. How are you doing? Smorbit had less than or equal stats. They were like the exact same build. And you're not allowed to say that. That's a hate crime. Essentially 100-0 on the bets here for Annie. Ooh. Big bite. Got with the big bite, 37%. About 40% before. Put all your points on Annie. Okay, I'm gonna have to do like a little cursor on how to bet in the next little bit. Annie wins that. The majority of you did get a payout. But you gotta bet a little more strategically. Going all in on a bet like that, when the most you can possibly win is 10 chips, and that's split among 7 people, is crazy. You people are crazy. 3.3 thousand chips on Aoni, 10 chips on the dog. You don't gotta go big if there's only 10 chips on the line. You can throw 10 chips on the other side, and if you win, you'd make you'd make 1,500 or 1,800. Playing a math simulator like Monster Rancher, you guys don't understand odds. That's crazy. Stegosaurus D and Goop. Oh yeah, the bug dragon. Goop. Monster Hunter 3 is heck name, kinda. Alright, we got a Corcusus, we got a Mad Clay. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Can't read and can't do math? You guys can't do anything. You people can't do anything. Speaking of people can't do anything, I was trying real hard not to dox myself today because I saw a loose dog running around. And, you know, I'm not an actual celebrity. I'm not an actual person of note. But still, it'd be nice if, you know, people didn't know where I lived. And so I posted in a couple of Facebook groups today, of all groups, 93% on Corcusus, on the Stegosaurus, that I saw a lost dog. I was like, hey, I saw this dog in this parking lot that's near my house. And I gave the exact address of this parking lot near where I live. And all of the comments are like, did you, like, secure it? Did you bring it home? And I was like, no, sorry, I didn't get a chance. And then there's like 40 more comments. Did you secure it? No, I didn't get a chance. Did you secure it? And then after like 3, I'm like, sorry, like, I'm not answering any of you people anymore. And then like they were getting like mad at me for like not continuing to respond to everybody. And it's like, what the fuck? This is not a social group for me. I joined a group just to say, hey, I found a lost dog in the Lost Dog Toronto Facebook group. And then it was like just woke scolding and shit of like, oh, how come you didn't get the dog? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How come I didn't grab a random dog and bring him home? Like, are you a stupid person? And then someone's like, you really should add the intersection. And it's like, brother, I added the exact address. If the exact address doesn't help, the intersection's not going to help. If you're not looking it up from the exact address where it is, then you're just like, what's the term? You're just, fuck. What's it called? Virtue signaling. Like, you're just pretending you give a shit about this. Because I gave you the most pertinent info. And you're like, well, I need less pertinent info or else this post is bad. And then it's like, okay, well, you might be an insane person. And so that was my my day today. I literally think these people use this like lost dog group as like a, I don't know, as like a social group of some kind. Kokoro and Memento's up next. It's like, lady, I don't care about following the rules here. Do you want to see the lost dog or not? Like, there's protocol for posting. You need to do this, you need to do that. Oh, it helps if I spell it right. And it's like, I don't think I need to do any of that. I need to tell you I found a lost dog at this address. Like, what are you gonna do? Kick me out of the group? Okay. I don't give a shit, man. I'm trying to do something nice here, and you're all being insane people. Getting actual hobbies would probably go a long way. Next time, just post saw a dog and not even a picture. Was it lost? I don't know. I'm gonna do that. Oh my god, that's actually so good. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? This dog? With a question mark? Downloaded Pokemon TCG Pocket yesterday and it's having fun playing Wug Trio EX. It's just low stakes gambling. It is. That whole game is low stakes gambling. Expecting remotely functional human beings on Facebook group is a lost cause. No, that's my whole thing. Is I'm also, I just realized, sorry, my mic is probably clipping like fucking crazy because I had my settings different for a group chat playing Baldur's Gate yesterday. Whew! Okay, so that doesn't clip it. So we're good, I think. Got the new shiny Machamp X card? Hell yeah. I got 2 of the shiny Venusaurs, so it's like God wants me to make a Venusaur deck. 60% on Mementos. Had something similar happen to me. This random lost Chihuahua was friendly enough to follow me and Basil on a walk. Wasn't trusting me enough to get super close, and I posted about it on a local neighborhood group. It was cold and the people on the app were shooting on me because I didn't take the dog home. Yeah, it's, you people are fucking crazy people. Anyways, Mementos wins game 1. Picture Roman Reigns. Anybody lose a tribal chief? Giant whip, big damage. Alright, I did my Monster Rancher commentary. We can go back to dog stories. Remind of a story I once told about a vampire who wanted to lose weight by cutting blood carbs via vampire's other ability. My story, emotional vampirism. That's... I mean... I wasn't getting tilted. I was just like, I don't care enough about this at all. I was born in, like, fucking niche internet forums. Like, I've seen the most deranged people. I've been the most deranged people. You guys are just, like, old. And, you know, don't know how to, like, use the rest of the internet. I could out-crazy you. And I think that's where the disdain comes from, is that they're not crazy enough. TV's Columbo and Hydroplex up next. It's the bit about, like, being 1% more autistic, except for being, like, a huge freak show on the internet. They book Columbo for Monster Rancher? Yeah. More Color Pandora, here we go. Okie dokie. So, Joker took that. We got to see the big giant whip, though. Predictions live. Who do you guys like? Kokoro been around since the beginning. Ed and Eddie been canceled for some time now.
Is that TV's Columbo?
Yeah. Looks just like him. And just one more thing. I can't do the voice. I barely know what the voice sounds like. I've seen one episode of Columbo in my entire life, and it was like recently. What's his official name? Beetlejuice. Except it's spelt weird. I guess it just has like the H. There's an H in it for some reason. It's like Bethel Gauss. But it's supposed to be Beetlejuice. 68% on TV's Columbo. Spelled like the Star? Yeah, the Star doesn't have an H in it either, though, is what I mean. I'm not saying it's weird in that it doesn't sound like the... or doesn't follow the naming structure of, you know, the dude in the black and white shirt. It's just that it's also not how the Star is spelled. Weird translation thing? Yeah. This is wrong on both counts. It's not a star and it's not a man. That's no star. That's no man. Something, Star Trek. I don't know. Trying to say something to piss people off. I don't really like Star Wars. Hydroplex doing the big chances here, but he can't get it. So I learned that from basil juice. Yeah, it's basil geese. 1-1. Oops. Star Wars Kring. Star Wars Kring indeed. Star Wars kind of mid. I'm gonna be real. I remember really liking Star Wars as a kid because I grew up when the re-releases of, you know, the first trilogy came out in like the late 90s. It was like 1998, 1999 something. But I really only liked it for the toys. Every single time I went to like a friend's house or something and the movie was playing, I like immediately checked out. I could not care less. Never been a fan. Not to say it's bad or anything, just not for me. Alright. Game 3, here we go. Opponent just hit tails on their all Celebi EX. Holy man. Yeah, wait till they hit 10. Power Giant Whip, but he grits it. God damn. And the Horn Strike to come back. Look at that. You didn't need the Power Giant Whip. Only had 400 health. He came back from outer space. Just like his name would suggest. Okay. Kafka-esque and Big Bath Time. Hey, Pax Palatina. Okay, Kafkaesque. But yeah, I couldn't get over that. It's just like, look, I'm trying to do another Beaklon, eh? That's right. Remember Kafkaesque. I'm trying to do a nice thing. Here's a dog I saw. Feel free to be weird about it, but like, I'm simply, like, I don't have to engage with you. I'm giving you the info I have. If you can't read the, like, 8 times I replied, no, I didn't take the dog in, and you're still replying, like, well, what updates do you have, like, 6 hours after I posted? I mean, you might be waiting a long time for me to respond. I think the problem is, I think the dog does live in, like, the complex I saw him in. Because I saw a couple of people responded, and they were like, yeah, I've seen that dog in that area before, too, and I saw him, like, run into a building before. So hopefully he does just, you know, belong to someone who's kind of an asshole and lets their dog run around a parking lot. 64% on Kafkaesque. I considered making a video on beating Monster Hunter 4 without spending any money. That's an interesting idea. I have not. I did make a video, well, I guess I never released it because it's like 14 hours of stream footage, but the race to 1 million, it took me like under 20 in-game years, I think, to have $1 million in my bank. Like, not $1 million gross, but like $1 million total that I could spend at any given time, which is like the opposite. You do have to feed your mom, though. So I'd have to feed potatoes every week. Kafka is going to take game number 1. Potatoes only could be kind of interesting. Holy shit. Oh. These sets are not taking much time at all. Daggone it, and Soda Popinski up next. Duckline didn't want to get put in the wash. Nah, he was dodging that. He doesn't like bath time. He's not a rubber duck. Soda Pop. Working another set of timestamps. The one you pinned before got unpinned because when it unpins when I edit it. Oh, okay. That's fine. As I see them all, I'll pin them again. That's probably a safe bet on their part, though, right? Because you could just make it, like, something crazy after I pin it. Like, you can edit it to just be, like, I don't know, like something super vile, and then that would just be the pinned comment, and I would never check again. Okay, so Golem fight. I think you guys have got each prediction right. Like, the majority share has won every single time. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Brother, my brother. Favorite Beaklon's probably a toss between Melkarba and Ducklon. Maybe next Beaklon I raise will be one of them. I think Melkarba is probably my favorite. I like all of the cool boy-coded ones. Like, I like Beetlejuice. I like Jaggernaut. I like Cout Roarcout, who's like probably the least popular. He's so goofy, man. 82%. Also, it's just a name. It's an awful name, and I love it. All right, that'll do it. My IHOP mug is so small, man. I can only fit so much water. It's not enough water for me. Earlier, right before the stream started, I filled up with water. Then as I was leaving the bathroom, because I filled it up in the bathroom sink, I hit my my elbow on the door frame and spilled the entire cup of water. But my reflexes told me to push my hand forward while it was happening. Because, you know, I'm a big super freak of nature boxer man now. And I spilled the entire cup of water into the sink. And not a drop got on the floor. Alright. I know it. Cool story, bro. Furiosa and Donna Spumoni up next. big brain spill. That's what I'm saying. I'm operating on levels you guys can't even imagine. I did a pretty long and intense workout today, but not a lot of actual boxing stuff in the workout. I did one 3-minute round of like really intense heavy bag work, but the rest of it was like strength and endurance conditioning for the most part. But it's very tiring. Okay, prediction is live. I've noticed that when I do like a super like boxing focused workout where it's like, you know, lots of rounds on the bag and everything, it's like really intense and like it feels like a good workout, but I get gassed super quickly. And so because of that, I don't drain everything in the tank, right? I'm not done for the day afterwards. But today I did like an hour and a half of like a lot of cardio, a lot of like weights, like hundreds of sit-ups, hundreds of push-ups, lots of like other ab stuff. 60% on Donald's Pulmoni. And so I had to take a little nap before stream. Damn! Okay, fire charge. Both Zooms today have had fire charge. Dino after my own heart. And some nuts oil. I'm doing good now. Need the little nap before stream. Bang. Now he's got power. Power fire charge? No, power regular charge. 999. Holy moly. Okay. Quick ass sets. We're going to get home to our families on time tonight. Next up, Jet Jaguar and Julinia. Hold on. Let me update. Oh yeah, also you guys like the Durahan video? I guess I haven't streamed since that went live. So many Beaclons tonight. I was gonna make a Beaclon just because I was like, I don't think there's enough Beaclon rep, and then everybody's repping, so. Am I spelling it right? Julene, no. Helps if I spell it right. Have I fasted yet? No. Nope. I've been pretty slowly and consistently cutting the amount of food I eat over the last couple of months. Prediction is live, by the way. I'm down 20 pounds since January 1st. And that's with like the muscle gain. So it's probably more of like 30 pounds of fat gone. It's been, I wouldn't say too intense. With the gym so close to my place, it's been so nice where it's just like, I'm going to go work out right now. And I don't need to like think about it. It can be a last minute thing because it's like a literal 5-minute walk. Like from the time I put on my shoes to the time I'm in the gym door is like 4 minutes and 35 seconds or something. I counted it today. 52% on Julinia. Baron video was great. Thank you. I think I disagree with this jumping stab. I'm aware you like jumping stab, but I don't like it. It's such a cool tech, man. It's probably like one of my favorite Durahan techs animation-wise. I really wish it was better. Don't know how well the Japan 2997 build will do. Oh, we'll see. Enjoy the Durahan discussion or video. Always had this discussion with my cousins about what his icon was. It's just it's his helmet. It is his helmet. I really thought as a kid it was like his arm and his shoulder. It was like this shoulder bit and like, and then there's like a gap, and then it was like a chest piece or something, and I was like, it's unintelligible. But no, it's his helmet. If you compare it to like what the one from Monster Farm line looks like, which I was looking for, I was trying to find a pic of it and I couldn't find one. It's a lot more obvious what it's supposed to be, but it does not look good. Just like the Thunderbolt icon. It's like this weird hand, he's going like this. But because they try to put like so much detail into it, there's just like all these stray pixels of like a crease in his like finger. And like all these little creases here have like are like defined, and because of that, it's impossible to tell what you're looking at. It sucks. All right, the duck wins. Thunderbolt's the power tech, yeah. I thought for the longest time, just because I couldn't see what it was supposed to be, that it was his head, and there was like a lightning bolt in the background, and it was like a low angle shot of him going like the Seymour Skinner pathetic view. I don't know. Ragnarut and Bonsai up next. Do we got a plant fight? I actually don't know if Ragnarut is uploaded. I forgot to add it to the list. It is, alright. This is a fucked up build. This is the first AI build. Is Bonsai the Suezo? Yeah, it's the Suezo. The plant Suezo. AI built in that it... ChatGPT was asked how you would make a monster in Monster Rancher. And this was the stat spread it gave. Okay, prediction is live. There you go. Where's the reggae song? Where's the reggae song from? I'm fucking Bob Rewaltis here. It is from the G.I. Joe PSAs. Well, it wasn't made by an AI. Like, a person actually built this, but it was done at the behest of what I think we're safe, folks. They haven't figured it out yet. Son of Lontar, take my strength. Ragnarok versus Cool Runnings. The 1% chance is so funny, man. Oh, ChatGPT doesn't know, brother. They simply do not know. Okay, game one goes to the Lontar. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot to tell you guys. I followed up with that person who like reached out to me and was like, "Hey, can we use your videos for like AI training purposes and this and that?" And then so I asked a little bit more info about it, and then lots of people are saying you need to like sign over rights to your channel and stuff. And so I was like, "Hey, this is what I've heard. So like, can you explain to me how it works?" And so they went into more detail. And basically, they're just like a third party that sells the info to another group that uses your videos for AI training. And then I was like, cool, how would I know if you were actually... Because they're like, every time we use one of your videos, we'll pay you some. I was like, cool, how would I actually know you're using it or not? Because like, I have no way to tell if you're scraping my videos. And they're like, well, we'll let you know. And I'm like, okay. Like... So there's no guarantee. I just have to like sign a contract with you and then hope for the best that you're actually going to like, you know, in good conscience tell me when you're using my videos. Like, what's stopping you from scraping them immediately and just not saying anything? And then they just didn't respond after that. And so I was like, it's literally what's gonna happen, Goat. Like, all they're trying to do is, they weren't gonna tell me when they use my fucking videos. They were gonna be like, oh yeah, we used 2 hours of footage, you get $10 per hour, or whatever it was. When really they like scraped my whole fucking channel and dumped it all. Because they can just do that right now. Like, you can just use free tools to download shit online, and I'm sure the people running AI stuff have bespoke ones that they can just make and like just use, and it's made specifically for that, and just trolls the internet and downloads videos. Like, it has nothing to do. Like, they don't need my permission, as much as it sucks. But they just want it in writing that they have my permission, so I can't sue later if, you know, there is a data breach and it turns out they've been using my shit. That's all it is. They're just trying to safeguard against that, is my guess. But anyway, they never responded, so fuck them. I can't imagine going to work every day knowing you work for, like, a scam company that has, like, an office downtown Toronto. Like, it's a big office. I went and looked it up. It's like just, I don't know. It's got to be like being like a defense contractor or something, where like you go into work every day knowing you're making the world like a significantly worse place. You're like, well, I need to eat too, so I'm absolved of all my wrongdoings here and my complicity. Ocean Larry and Nightchabu up next. More action in my 5 to 7 minute tuning in than our Baldur's Gate 3 evening, brother. I love everyone in that group. You know, they're all like the ultimate homies. But we've been playing, just so everyone else knows, I'm going to air my boys out a little bit. We've been playing a Baldur's Gate 3 campaign, and a couple of us have played a few times. A couple of us are brand new, and a couple of us have played like dozens and dozens of campaigns. Prediction is live. And the people who've played dozens and dozens of campaigns are like, we gotta do everything. We gotta do this side quest, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Hold on, I'm gonna go do these 3 side quests while you guys are talking. Oh, we can't miss this. Oh, we can't miss this. We can't do this. And so the people who are new are like, what the fuck is happening? Like, we're just going like place to place. But because we're trying to like nail every single thing in the game, which is like completely unnecessary, it's taken like 10 hours and we're in the Goblin camp. Like, we're not very far into it at all. 90% on Ocean Larry. Here we go. Watching AI Moosebones tournament the other day. He said he was proud of me, which is weird because I'm just a spectator, but I blushed all the same. You can expect more of that. Anyway, Blobby Boy takes game 1. Missed the jumping chop the second time. Such a cool move, man. Roommate is a fan of Ocean Larry. Ocean Larry's a great name. Sounds like jumping and sneaking in a corner of oblivion before leaving the prison. It's just, what's really funny too is we're not even playing on like the hard mode. We're playing on just like base difficulty. And we're using a mod that lets like 8 people into the game. So we're already like unbelievably powerful everywhere we go just by virtue of like having more numbers. And so we don't need to metagame everything. So it's killing me. In the last stream, it was like, well, should we do this? Should we do that? Or not the last stream, but last time we were playing, people were like arguing over what we should do. And I'm like, brother, we should just like go to the next objective. It doesn't, none of this shit matters. And not like in a game sense, but like in a cosmic sense. I'm playing this game to play a game, not to talk about playing a game. I haven't played BG3 and it sounds like a rough first playthrough. I feel for the people who've never done it before. Real wore out and the Doku still came back. Despite Real, you're still here. Alright, I gotta update some scores. You were playing multiplayer mod? I thought you were talking about D&D. No, we were playing Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, with a mod that lets us play like 8 people. Borbid Torpor? Good name. Swedish chef-ass name, though. I do like it. Borbid Torpor and Brad Warden V2. Oh, Brad Warden V2? That's gonna go crazy. Baldur's Gate 3 is the game I can never finish. I always want to go back to Act 1. It's really good. I do think... people complain about this, but one of the things I like about it, and it's a thing that a lot of people say detracts from it, is that because you end the game in Baldur's Gate, you end the game in like the bustling metropolis with all the like piddly side quests, it's really funny for that to be like a thing that you do after you're very powerful. Instead of it being a thing you do, like, go kill rats in a cellar. as like the first thing you do as a level 1 knave with like a big wooden spoon. 1 XP each, beating up all the rats. Prediction is live. It's real funny to do that after you've like killed a god. Like, and people are like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I be doing this? And it's because it's fucking funny, dude. It's really funny. Like, incredibly funny. It's the only game that lets you do that. But you don't need to do all of the quests in Baldur's Gate, like in Act 3, after you've done it once. Because, like, most of them are not meaningful in, like, a gameplay experience kind of way. They're fun for the story, but once you know how the story goes, like, you don't need to read the same pages again, unless you really want to. I forget what I was watching. 70% on Morbid Torpor, who is but someone was like, The Great Gatsby is one of the books that's still referenced today. And that's such a funny line on the surface. One of the books that's still referenced today, as if like books still don't exist and don't still exist. There's just like nobody reads anymore, man. Nobody plays outside and drinks from the hose. You have so many side quests for trying brute force stuff, not ever allowed inside that magician's tower. It's also cool how it just straight up stops you. Like, if you want to be an asshole, you can be an asshole, but you will lock yourself out of things. Talk about the Great Gatsby in Baldur's Gate 3. No. This was something I saw on like a YouTube short or whatever. But the guy was like, The Great Gatsby is one of the books that is still referenced today. It's such a good line. Oh, damn, the rear leg kick. True to life? Exactly. This is good hose water. I do like the hose water. It's got like the fun metallic taste that kids crave. It's good as hell, and I certainly did not ingest lead because of it or whatever. It does hit different. It's like the McDonald's Sprite of water. Threadripper and Spanakopita up next. I used to see the Great Gatsby movie with Tobey Maguire when I was in high school. I've never seen it. I just know the meme. The Cheers meme, and that's it. You don't care for Centaurs? Centaur's pretty cool. There's no Undine. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Int Ripper? Nope. Just found the G.I. Joe reggae thing. It wasn't good. It's insane. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's two different things. It was enough to want to put some dirt in your own eye. I heard people clowning on it, but like I said, you know, far be it from me to criticize something I've never seen. 85% Spanakopita. That's what people in Russia do. Another stab. Threadripper chilling. Still alive. Can't really take a big hit. Dodges the thwack. Spanakopita in there. Another bite. He grits though. It's not over yet. That's the crazy part of it. All of this. The grit double thwack. That's it. Game number 2. Roll Assault. Really, really bad play. Unfortunately for the dog. Couple of scratches. Threadripper down to 60%. The crit belly punch, he only used basics. Turn Assault got banned on Ripper. No, it's different rule sets for different people. He tried. He almost had it. Everyone bet against the Ripper. That's crazy. Bob Cyclone and Stormtide up next. Okay, so gonna be a real hard match for Stormtide. Prediction is live. Unless they start in slot 3, which they might. Dog has won DXBL tourneys before. I don't know if Spanakopita has ever won. He's been around for a really long time, though. He's done well in the past. He got distracted, a little confused. He's got the spirit. Yeah, you're thinking Lagerbomb. But yeah, Spanakopita has been around forever. It's nice that we got some veterans in the game still. 80% on the Golem. Yeah, they start in slot 4. Golem's not actually very big in the arena, even though you'd think he would be. He's just a tall boy, but he's not a wide boy. Wait, holy shit. It's like, I can do that too, except I can do 1,000 times your HP. He got him. Game 3. Wasn't there a Milk Carbon DXBL a while ago? Yeah, there has been. Wave riding miss? Okay, he's in trouble now. He gets got. He's dead, Jim. Alright, well, you got a game. A Cyclone of my own. Apollyon and Cool Runnings up next. After this round, I'm going to go get some more water. My tiny eye cup. My IHOP cup is not big enough. Every time I tune in, there's a new Mon. What do you think about this guy? Were you here for this one? We already saw. Chat knows. Okay, prediction is live. You get this guy from a Bob Marley CD. It's a little on the nose. It's one of those things where it's like, it's probably offensive, right? But everybody that I've ever talked to about this game who is like of Jamaican heritage is like, that shit is so funny to me. I know they're not a monolith, and the couple of people I talk to is not like, you know, the be all end all on the conversation. But from the people I spoke to, they feel that it's similar to like how a lot of Mexican people love like Mexican stereotypes. Like they love the sombreros and the bandoliers and stuff. Cause they're just like, hell yeah, baby, that shit is cool as fuck. They tend to like this, you know, not me speaking for them or anything, but see Gatling, big damage. Turn us all big miss. Jesus! The crit got smoked. People like their culture in the spotlight. That's what I'm saying. Like, have you seen the national Gundams? Like the Tequila Gundam is the Mexican one, and you know, I got banned for being like whatever. People didn't want to get sued or whatever. They were like, oh, it's culturally insensitive. But everybody thought that shit was sick as hell. Everyone was like, this is the coolest looking robot I've ever seen in my life. And they're right, that shit rocked. I forget what the Canadian one is, but it's not nearly as cool as Tequila Gundam. Usually people who don't belong to the culture. I wouldn't say that's most of it. You know, I'm not here to speak for anybody though, is all I'm saying. Special K and Saint Hakushin up next. And Gundams and Tequila and Latino women, how could they? Very punch-outy, but very, honestly, kind of cool. They were sick, man. No hesitation, no delay. You come on, just like Special K. We got any placebo fans in here? It's like I swallowed half my stash. Never ever wanna crash. Gotta be careful as a streamer. It's just, you know, I also try really hard not to be offended on behalf of anybody. If something is like objectively like fucked up, you know, I think it's pretty obvious. But I'm also not going to you know, comment in like great detail on something like that. Predictions live, by the way. Okay, Special K is my doggy. Honestly, kind of a good matchup for him, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. The having no skill bit isn't that big of a deal in this matchup, obviously. Exactly 50-50 on the bets. 607 chips on both. Okay, roll stop, doing a little bit of damage. I don't want to get hit by a hurricane. Thunderbolt's fine. And there's the stab. Big damage on stab. Do you need to unlock Kamui? Yeah, just by, if you see him on errantry, you're able to unlock him afterwards. Yeah, at least roll assault crit, but that shit does 0 damage. That's like an anti-speedster move. Double crit, not bad. Oh, Hurricane, this can be huge damage. He's not dead, though. Bite. The 1-2 miss at 78%. He's still in it. Oh, the straight does 1 damage. He hits him with the 1 attack. He can survive. Another roll assault. He's got enough guts to swing again. The 1-2. Oh my god, of all the moves he could pick, it's the 1 power tech in his build. That's top tier privilege, baby. Got him with a little boop. Special K wins that 1-2-0. Vert and iFlames up next. Okay, prediction is live. We got a worm, we got a dragon. Who do you guys like? What do we got? What do we got? Worm is love, worm is life. Worm is pretty cool. He's a multicolored little friend. 57% on Verte. The big smoosh, though. Oh, he stepped on the worm. That's mean. Alright, well, that was... He survived. He's not out of it. Somersaults, good damage, good withering. Dodge the tail whip. He's hanging in there. He's hanging by a moment here with you. The bite, the tusk slash. What a comeback, brother. Alright, we got it set. Game 3, here we go. Tusk slash opener, he's angry. Dodge the trample this time. Big somersaults, big damage. High Flames having a little bit of trouble landing attacks. Hits the tail whip. They're about even. The somersaults miss at 99%. That was the game closer. Tail Lash lands. He's in the yeller. Oh, dodge the 60% tail whip. He's hanging in there. And again. He hits the third one, though. High Flames dodging the 99%. Landing the 2 tramples. It wasn't Worm's fight. It's unfortunate. You can do everything right and still lose. That's life, baby. A real tree and plum. Plum, I feel like will be hard to find. I might have to look up more info. See a name. Oh shit, we got a color Pandora. Look at that. Congrats, that's a 2% roll. You did it. Okay. What am I looking for? Plum. Like, No, it's Kratos monster. Okay. Okay, predictions live. Who do you guys like? We got one more match in round 1 after this one, and then I'm going to take a quick break, go get some more water, and then we'll be right back. Yeah, it's Marble Guy. Just a normal tree. We're just normal men. Just ordinary normal men. 87% on Plum. Okay. Well. 99% on Cyclone will never not be funny, man. Game 2. That do be how it goes. Oh, he grits. Can he hit him with the energy steal? No, he goes for Twister. Twister would have killed there. Doesn't have energy steal, doesn't look like. Leaf Galling miss on the 36. It's Plums to win. He hits a punch. Betting against your own Mon. That was probably the smart bet. Not that there's anything wrong with the tree. It's just tank versus golem is real tough. We're just innocent men. Terryfold and Midori up next. Oh, we got a Hopper. Is it Frog Hopper or is it Bloody Eye? And we got Midori. Who's? Okay. He do be green. Hey! It's Frog Hopper. Hell yeah. We can both be Midori. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you like? Oh, this purple guy just beat on a normal tree like that. What is this, Street Fighter? Yeah, exactly. That shit happens in Street Fighter all the time. Okay, 78% on Midori. Damn, people like the gel. Rapid flick opener? That's big damage. He's down to half health immediately. Little whip. He needs to stay in slot 3 and 4 or else he can't do anything. Terryfold, if he zone breaks, he's done. Can't hit anything, though. Another rapid flick at 51? Terryfold taking that. Game number 2. Here we go. Misses it that time. Midori just chilling, building up those guts to use the power attacks it loves so much. Oh, it hits the Gatling. That's enough for a one-shot. Look at that. Hopper's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good when it hits every attack and its opponent doesn't use any of its attacks that are like on stat. Cannon? He exploded. He did his best. He did his damnedest. But the gel wins. 2-1. Alright, so that's it for round 1. BRB, I'm going to go get some water. I will see you guys in a sec. Hey, what's good? All oh man, I'm like way out of camera frame. I wonder why it does that thing where it freezes the last frame before I go to the next. Maybe it's like I just need to update OBS. I don't know. I can ask my homies who work on OBS about it. Okay. Oh, we got a night on? God damn. A lot of 2% back to back. That's crazy. Love that. I actually, you know what? I'm going to look it up right now before we get started. Let's take a look at Moose Meadows. What are the chances? Yeah, 2%. Here, look at this. This is the code. This is the... Here, look at this. Oh no, this won't work. You can't line break in Twitch comments. It's fine. Here. I can show you here. I make a... Nah, whatever. It's not working. But anyway, yeah, it's literally just... It's a random number generator, and it checks. It's like, is the number between 98 and 100? So I guess it's 3%, because if the number is 98, 99, or 100, it rolls the thing. So I guess it's 3%. Okay, anyway. We got Enoch and Special K up next. Oh, classic. Me and JP. Okay. Start prediction. Who do you guys like? Maybe I got one too? Alright, who am I? Let me roll. I'm gonna roll set 3. Oh, it's on cooldown. Okay. I will roll set 2. Okay. We got a Kato. I like Kato. Also, are those notifications like too loud for you? Like, I have it a lot louder than normal. You should probably turn it down a tiny bit. Audio's fine? Okay. And like the notifications when people like are coming through like the hill right and whatever. I have it much louder than I normally do. But I think it's working out. It's louder than the background music. Because we had a while where like my brother was like too quiet. I tried cranking it up and it was like not working. But now I think I figured out a solution. 55% on Special K. Here we go. Pretty evenly split. Makes sense. Roll Assault really not the play, but you know, damage is damage. 2 in a row? Whatever. It's damage. Damn, big crit ass turn assault and their tail assault into turn assault. That's the combo. And the double crit too. Game number 2. Here we go. Stab. Brings him to half. He's angry. Angry turn assault. He's down to half as well. There's the anger on my dog though. Look at the difference in guts rate. Holy shit. Alright, game number 3. Here we go. He really likes to roll ass. He like doesn't like to walk forward at all. With Wax. Can't get anger off of it, so you know, not terrible. But he's got a lot of guts to swing bites. 1-2. Swing it again. Play it again, Sam. Special K. You're gonna take that one 2-1. What was that combo? Bite, 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 bite. What's really funny in this game is that it's really hard to do as a person. But when you're fighting the AI, they can attack, and then the frame the attack is done, they can swing and attack again. And so there's no buffer for like button pressing. So if you want to try and beat that, you have to be frame perfect. And it's quite difficult. But it's difficult to like do it in player versus player to like actually lock someone out. Because again, you have to be frame perfect, and if you're one frame off, they can sneak in there. GG's JP. Annie and Torino's next. Hey Oni. Kamui moment? Yeah. It's kind of crazy to have a matchup where the Naga is maybe the underdog. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Can you move in the space as a player? Yeah. Yeah, so this is just AI versus AI because there's no online like PvP. Like I can't control it and have someone else control it at the same time unless I'm using like Parsec or something. But you can control both of these guys, and then it's fun because like when we were at Combo Breaker, that's how we did it. And we're at Combo Breaker again this year. But it's pretty sick because it's like... It's more gambling than like a fighting game. You're like, okay, I got 30% chance to win this on this. Does it make sense to swing it now? Maybe I wait a little bit. Because if they miss and then I have like a resource advantage, it'll increase my chances. Maybe I swing something that's just like chip damage but is a lot more accurate. And like you just like go through this like mental game with yourself. It's fun. 63% on Aoni. You have no real, what do you call it? Autonomy in terms of like if the attack actually lands or not. It's just number generation, but it's sick. Aoni gonna win that. Think Evelyn would be top? Maybe. Big spike bite. 2 in a row? I'll do it. But yeah, Afro, if you're interested, you should look up Monster Rancher at Combo Breaker from last year. There's a video on Jay Wong's channel because he was the one streaming it. And then he wasn't actually streaming it, but they just used his channel. Like, you know how at big events they'll stream on like 8 or 9 different platforms. And then I did like a post-mortem where like we watched it on mine. Hit him with the old grilled cheese and give him the sandwich. The sandwich. Stegosaurus D and Mementos up next. Nuzlocking Pokemon Y almost lost a double battle with 2 Furfroos. The fur coat, man, I'm telling you. That's one of those Pokemon that is like... It's got such a cool ability, and you're like, this should work. And then you look at its moveset or whatever, and it's like, this is a trap. I'm never going to be able to make this work. I'm never going to financially recover from this. Prediction is live. Who do you like? Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter is interesting, but this is Monster Rancher. For coat and flinch hacks from Headbutt, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. And you can dress them up. You can give them cool designs. I like the orange one. I forget what it's called. Is it the Kabuki one? 52% on Stegosaurus D. Okay, that's a big punch. Power Dragon. Here we go. 99% on that tail attack. That's big ass damage into the claw combo. He beat his ass. Still living though. Ooh, big death slash miss. Swings it again. Fuck you. Oh, but he grits. They both grit. They both got 1 life left. Next hit wins. Only got to do 1 damage. Stegosaurus has 99% chance to hit. His opponent's got 0 speed. Homer, you're not listening yet. I hear ya. Alright, he gets a big ass trample. Damn. Truly a what did Five Finger say of the face type moment. We're going to game 3. I liked X and Y. People love to talk shit on it, but I enjoyed it. Oh my god. It, almost the same thing as last time. He's still in it. Okay, hold on. Relax, relax. You can't miss. The clown can't miss. Clown takes it. 50% chances. Taking it. Got money on Clown? Oh, Clown did it. TV's Columbo versus Dino Spumoni. Have you guys heard the... Every time I think of, like, the Clown doing the backhand, I think of Boys in the Hood, but not specifically the song, but the song... The cover by Dynamite Hack. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. It's very funny. If you've ever wanted to hear like a soft white boy sing Boys in the Hood, that does exist.
I want to play video games.
Hey, sorry, I can't see who that is. Ken Goldburn. I had to like look at my screen real small because the orange on the yellow did not look good. The boys in the hood are always hard. Come talking that trash and we'll pull your car. Nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, I ain't said shit. Okay, prediction is live. Who you like? Woke up today at about noon. Just knew that I had to be in Compton soon. Bum 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 bum. It's a very funny cover. It's definitely one of my favorite covers. Okay, who do we got here? Started talking shit. Wouldn't you know? Reached back like a pimp and I slapped the hoe. And Dad said something I couldn't believe. Oh no, and then she said something that I couldn't believe. Whole song is very funny when you imagine a like 110-pound white kid singing it. Okay. 83% on TV's Columbo. Way too much talking in those games? There is. That's the problem with, like, every gen after Gen 2, though. IMO. Damn. Big tail. Okay. I'm gonna find this for you guys. Yeah, YouTube, for whatever reason, takes like a full minute to like load any video for me now. Oh, you're listening to it? It's so fucked up. It's so funny, man. Hell yeah. Oh man, Dino gonna take it. That's a 2 over Dino Spumoni. Mamma mia. Kafka-esque and Bonsai up next. None of the other stats mattered there? Yeah. That happens. It's just percents. So the format we're playing right now is... This is like... We call this middleweight. And it's kind of... This is the stat spread, or like the point total that they play in Japan. Prediction is live. What's interesting about it is that you're not able to make someone who can like effectively dodge and also has a lot of life. So everything is either like super glass cannon or has invested absolutely nothing into avoidance. And so they're going to get hit by every attack, and they're just hoping that they can like land their big shot before they die. So it's a fun format. It's real fast paced. Well, we were playing at Combo Breakers a lot. I wouldn't say a lot slower, but it is slower by design. Everything's a little bit tankier. Everything runs a pretty high amount of speed to be able to dodge stuff. That's the heavyweight format. 54% on Kafka-esque. Okay, that's game 1. It do be happening a lot. Again, what do we got? Chewing? Is that enough? Barely enough. 512 on 497. Actual human control slows it down too, unless you're GOAT. Yeah. Unless you're just like, what if I were to swing my 30% instant win button every time? It's not a bad strat. Okay, that was a whole ass set. Oh, he's not over yet. So he's still in it. Dodge the horn attack. The teleport miss again. Alright, he's got some damage on the board. He's got a little bit of guts. He swings that tongue. Big ol' miss on the tongue. Punch combo. Dude, that's 4 for 4 on punch combo and beaklon combo. Holy shit, man. You built your guts first? You did. That was it. Okay. Certainly a set. That was a 2-1 with 4 beaklon combo and punch combo lands. Daggone it and Nightjaboot up next. Is there tea? There is. Robot Goose. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game. It's fun. So, like, I don't know if I've ever explained it, but the way this game works is that there is 37 main breeds of monster. And they can combine with other monsters to, like, inherit traits for them. Like, if you've ever played Pokemon Infinite Fusion or something like that, that's kind of what Monster Rancher was doing back in the 90s, where it's like you have the body of one guy with like attributes from the others on it. So there's like 400 plus different monsters, which is why you see like the Robo Goose, and there's a couple of other like bug guys in the game in this tournament that like look similar, but like, you know, they got the same body shape at least. And that's because they are all beaklon main breeds. Okay. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like here? Really fascinating game to come out in like the 90s. Like the Golem just sways those offshoots. Yeah, exactly.
Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon.
I should make that a redeem. Alright. I've been listening to that album a lot. 64% on Dig On It. Here we go. Oh, the rolling chop. He gets him. Hits him in the knees. Woke up late at about noon. Just knew I had to be in Compton soon. The samurai kick? Ah, you got smoked. He tried. That was certainly a set. It's a shame back blow is so bad. I'd like to see electric blow. Electric blow is one of my favorite moves. Jet Jaguar and Brad Warden. Grimsnarl legs out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, he's got legs and he knows how to use them, baby. Which direction are we going? We're going Bradward. Predictions live. Who do you guys like? Kaboo secretly buff as hell, yeah. The big arms, the big legs. Brother, you gotta come to me. Come to the gym with me again. They have coaches out for a couple of weeks. So it's just like open sessions. So I've been just like chilling in the gym and it's been sick. He's got a couch in there now. So, you know, I do the long ass workout, stretch, and then just chill on the couch for like 20 minutes as I get my bearings before I walk home. 70% on Brad Warden. What's figurant about this version of Brad Warden? I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. I think it's just stats. Brigante. Can baby pregnant? See more snipers pop up? He's the original brother. He's before you. Different stat spread, but yeah. Finishing like 8:30 today. I've been going in the morning. You want to go tomorrow? All right. Was that game 2? Okay. Keyboard has no letters on it. You're doing your best. That's crazy. Fred Ripper and iFlames. Mine's got all the letters. It's got some letters I've never even seen before. This time you actually try to get the triple stabs. Not fun. Yeah, it's a hell build for sure. It's definitely like the most obnoxious build in the game. Until someone comes up, there might be something that's like worse to like build, but like also worse overall. It's definitely the most like difficult build for a monster that has a shot at winning a tournament. Okay, prediction is live. Down to go on Wednesday morning? Let's see what I got Wednesday morning. I'm working Wednesday morning. Oh, hold on. Does that mean I gotta set up my thing tomorrow? I thought I had tomorrow off. Yeah, I start at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. is a long day. 68% on iFlames. Big turn assault. Tail whip, a little bit of damage. Trample will probably finish it here. It'll be close. Yeah, 793. I'm feeling great. Hey, well, thanks for tuning in, my boy. Hope you have a good little sleep. Never get to catch me live. 90s Canadian like you play Monster Rancher too much? Hell yeah. There's like dozens of us. Game 3, here we go. Sounds like my keyboard. It's time to decide to play hammer with my keyboard. It's missing a lot of letters. Oh no. Cool, yeah, just let me know. Angry turn assault. That boy is dead. Boy's a liar. You got him. Look at that. Alright. Next up, Bob, Cyclone, and Plum. More golem fights. They don't like Kyle, and okay, prediction is live. What do you guys like? A golem fight. Similar builds. You might be wondering why he's got 200 defense and 1 life. Like, why everything does 1 damage minimum. What does the defense do? Defense is actually factored into your percent chance to proc grit and come back to life. So, you know, it may not be likely to grit, but it does increase his chance a tiny bit. Okay, go get the boy from the bread mines. The children urine. 83% on Bob Cyclone. Crazy that it's alright, he's just gonna land it anyway, man. I was gonna say crazy that it's that one-sided when it's basically the same build. He misses the punch. And again. Plum's getting back into it. Alright, you guys knew something I didn't know for sure. You saw that 900 skill and you're like, that's gonna be the deciding factor. It's Galley Golem, yeah. On my YouTube channel this week. Hey, well, welcome. Hope you're having fun watching. How were you guys so sure Bob Cyclone was gonna win that one? That's insane. Saw the 1 hit point, knew he was the one. All in, baby. He fears for nothing. Apollyon and Midori up next. Tomorrow, I got a couple of things on the docket for, like, stream stuff. I'm going to get the standings ready for... We're now, you know, like 3 weeks in. Put all the standings in place so that we know where everybody is in the bracket right now. And then, like I said, I'm going to get some more video stuff done. Prediction is live. But yeah, new Nuzlocke video tomorrow. But if I gotta work, because I have most of it done. It's like 99% done. It's just, you know, I wanted to add in a couple of little bits. I didn't have time today. So it's probably going to be out tomorrow. If I have to work tomorrow, I might have to push it back. Depends on what time I get it done. If it's done at like 7 p.m. or whatever, I probably won't release it tomorrow, and I'll just release it on Wednesday. 56% on Apollyon. But then also, we have the Kamui build that Special K is. We have that video that's edited and ready to go, so that'll be out later this week. And then, got some other stuff coming up. We got a lot of videos. Belly punch miss. Cannon, big damage. Midori can't lose, baby. Clear mind, full heart, or something like that. Holy shit. Alright, so that's a lot of guts down immediately. Apollyon actually doesn't mind getting hit by that, but that miss is huge. Big stab. Midori stab not going to do nearly the same amount of damage. He needs to back up. What you going to do now? Belly punch. He's in the red, or the yellow, I should say. He gets hit with the pierce. We're going to game 3. Only guy that voted against Bob Cyclone was the creator of Bob Cyclone. The thwackness hits there. Half damage. Holy. This is why Intelligence Gel is spooky, man. You do not have any attacks in slot 1 or 2. Where your monster is like most likely to be. He did a pretty good job, all things considered. But just 2 dead slots is rough. Smorbit and Froster Shock up next. I like this format of tournament. Everybody gets to see their monster fight 3 times. And it's not as many matches as it would be if it was just regular double elim. We don't have, like, you know, the drama of having monsters get eliminated. But it's fun. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? About halfway through round 2. Yeah, an hour and a half to do half of it is not bad. So we'll be done before midnight, which is nice. All in on Butamus Wild Hair. Smorbit had a really rough round 1. Both of these monsters did. So let's see what changes here. Damn. All right. I like Swiss because I can enter a tank without worrying about going 0-2 to 2 Cyclones. Yeah, you can go 0-3 to 3 Cyclones. Froster Shock, yeah, landed an attack, but Smorbit gets him with the big old kick. Alright. Took longer to bet than it did for the match to happen. Kokoro and Goop up next. Yeah, prediction is live. Yeah, but it's 3 fights whether I win or lose instead of like 2 fights versus 12. Yeah, for sure. I get that. That's why we like doing round robin. Because, you know, you get more matches and it's fun to just see your guy fight more. But round robin does not work if you have more than like 8 people. Like, it's too many fights, man. Doesn't work out. Certainly can't do round robin with 40 entrants. 54% on Goop. Big old long punch. A little bit of damage. Kokoro chilling though. Goes for a giant whip. Might have killed if it landed. Hits him with another long punch. You know, if it keeps working, that long jab. 100 monster round robin. Nah, man. Round robin falls apart when tournaments are this popular. Literally suffering from success. I remember when DX launched and I could no longer run round robin tournaments. People were like actually like pissy about it. They're like, oh, well, I don't like this double limb format. It's like, all right, cool, man. You don't have to enter. I literally have a waiting list of people who want to play. Game 3, here we go. You guys remember that guy who was like, when DXBL first started up, Season 1, it was like 32-man brackets, and they would fill up in like 5 minutes. Also, holy shit. Shockwave of Voltex. You got him. Made him breakdance till he died. What a way to die, man. Doing head spins. Doing tricks on it. Furiosa and Hydroplex up next. But yeah, when I was doing those tournaments at the beginning, there was that one guy who was like, hey, if I just pay you, can you make sure my monster gets entered to every tournament? And the guy would always enter like the most broken thing. If like Naga was allowed, he'd always enter a Ripper or like a Striker. And then he got banned or whatever, and then he just entered like the next most broken thing. Like every single time his monster was like the best the monster could possibly be. Like he cared a lot about winning. And he was like, yeah, he was being weird. He was like, I'll take care of you. And like make sure like my monsters get in. And then here's something, you know, just in the meantime. And he gave me like $100. I was like, what the fuck, man? No. I was like, look, 100 people want to join these tournaments, and like they fill up in 5 minutes, and you're just like, I want to cut the line, and I will pay you every week for it. And it was just like, this is so weird, dude. I can't, like, the small monetary gain I'll get out of this is not worth dealing with you as a person. And then it was really funny because he was a Patreon supporter and he was subbed on Twitch, and he like deleted all of his like contact with me when I said no. He like unsubbed, he stopped supporting on Patreon, he left the Discord, and I wasn't even like mean to him. I was just like, no, I can't do that, man. In my head I was like freaking out. I'm like, this guy's fucking insane. But in type I was just like, no, that's not fair to everybody else. Anyway, Hydroplex won game 1 while I was whining about that. Bribing tournament host in a Monster Rancher community is next level pathetic. It's very funny. I've had a couple of people who have paid me like a lot of money, like more than is like reasonable to be like patrons of the channel. And then when I don't like kowtow to their weird requests, they immediately become like really fucking weird about it. Or if they say something that's like really like parasocial, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that, they're like, well, I've been supporting you, and then this and that, and it's like, brother, like, it's fucking pittance. Like, you know, I appreciate the support, obviously, like, you're straight up giving me money, but you know, with all due respect, the amount of money I make in a month doing this is about the same as the amount I make in like 6 hours at my job. So it's not like regna ut. So if I stopped, you know, it's not going to financially change my situation. And, you know, you're like maybe like 6% of that. So, you know, even more so, it's really not that big of a deal, as much as I do appreciate it. Like, I really, really appreciate everybody who thinks this is, like, worthy of giving me pittance. You know, like, it does mean a lot to me that you guys actually enjoy the stuff I make. But when you come from, like, a position of, like, wealth, and, like, you're trying to flaunt it as if, like, you have to do what I say, like, I own you now because I gave you, like, $20 for free, for, like, nothing, just to, like, show you I could give you $20 for nothing. It's, like, it's really, really awkward for me to be like, brother, I don't know if you actually make more money than me. Like, I don't make a lot of money. I'm not super rich or anything. I'm not wealthy. But, like, you know, I do okay for myself. I'm comfortable. And just having people be like, here's a little something, is, like, it's so fucking gross, man. And, like, the whole, like, I make, like, about 6 hours worth of income from a month of this. I love to help out people in the community. And a lot of the money that I actually get from this, it goes back to just, like, people editing for me to, like, keep getting stuff up. Or, you know, I'll commission people from the community to make emotes or, you know, whatever. And it's not financially viable to do what I'm doing, right? I'm not like bestowing anything on them in the same way that nobody was bestowing anything on me by giving me something. If you're gonna work, you're gonna get paid. That's all it is, right? Bat time with like 99% of the vote, 94% of the vote. But like, cause I can't have people doing stuff for me for free. I don't like that. But even though I don't think I pay enough, like Project LG, who's in chat right now, has been helping me edit some videos, and they do a pretty good job. I have not, I think, been able to pay them enough for, you know, the amount of work that goes into it. But also, the amount I pay them is about 8 times what the videos they make for me end up making. So it's like, you know, it's about all I can do. It's a big income loss. Or like, you know, if it was like, this was something I relied on for paying my rent, I couldn't do it. I couldn't pay anyone to help me. Not at that rate anyway. But I do really appreciate the work he does. If you guys have been watching the, like, the not the Rancher Rundowns. Rancher Rundowns are all me, because, you know, that's my baby. But, like, the 3x Pimpy video, and, you know, all of the, like, monster raising videos that I've been putting out recently has all been Project L. Has been doing those. Do you make more off Twitch or YouTube? It's about, I'd say it's about 60% YouTube. If I had to, like, YouTube, Patreon, and Twitch, YouTube is probably about 50%. Patreon is probably about 15, 20, and then the rest is Twitch. Ragnar gonna take that one. Ocean Larry and Soda Popinski. I like to be pretty open about all this stuff. Transparent, not because, you know, I'm required to, or that I think people even appreciate it, but it's just, it's like interesting to talk about, right? Because so many people have no idea what this kind of stuff makes. And we were talking about it the other day, because I only have like 3 YouTube shorts. I don't really like making them. I did it as like a fun thing, just to see like if it was something I enjoyed doing, and I don't really. But I do think I kind of have to like force myself into making some more. I can make some pretty generic, like, hey, do you remember Monster Rancher type shit? Not everything needs to be some bespoke idea. which has been my problem up until this point. It's just like, I don't have anything to talk about. Of course I got stuff to talk about. Prediction is live, by the way. It's just like, this makes like, what, $5 a month? No, it's more than that, but it's not much. Bezos decides to buy YouTube so I can give away my free sub every month. I'll give you my free YouTube one as well. Appreciate that. I like how they're like, we got to break up the monopolies. Google can't own everything. And then your first thought is like, well, what about Amazon? What if Amazon owned everything instead? That would surely fix the problem. Also, I saw 10 gifts to drop my pants right now. Okay, but I'm not standing up, so you won't be able to see. You'll just have to trust me. 80% on Soda Popinski. Holy moly. But yeah, anyway, I have one YouTube short. My YouTube shorts didn't do super well. They did okay, but it was more so me trying to make...
without frame one cyclone kill.
Hey, JSND, thank you, man. Stream you enter without frame one cyclone kill? Yeah, you timed that pretty well. Yeah, the Dragon Quest shorts. It was just fun to make them. And my best one has like 10,000 views. It's like nothing. Do you know how much money 10,000 views gets you on a YouTube short? It's like $1.10. It's like fucking nothing. Also, yeah, you cursed him, brother. GG's. Now you did that. Best video on my channel, 80 bucks. Really? I think the best video on my channel, well, it's the Meg Cargo video. And I was talking to some people, Borbid, and they're like, the amount you made on it seems low, but like the Meg Cargo video made 500 bucks. That's 220,000 views or something. Aren't shorts more designed to get discovered rather than get paid? I mean, in reality, it would be both. Like, you don't want to make something for the sake of just, you know, hoping a nebulous algorithm picks it up. Because it's not... They're not full videos, right? Like, there's very, very few people who are using, like, a vertical medium in an interesting way that isn't just, like, the biggest, worst, like, slop. Prediction is live. It's all just, like, mimetic shit, like, trends and clips of the fucking Sopranos. There's nobody who's, like, making shorts as, like, well, I wouldn't say nobody. There's very, very few people who are making shorts as, like, this is a fun medium to create in. It's more of, like, I guess I gotta do this type of vibe for most people, if they have an actual YouTube channel. So 90% on Borbid. So it takes out a lot of the, like, the enjoyment, right? Because it's like, you're not making it because it's fun. You're making it because you have to make it. And then at that point, it's a fucking job. And like I said, I could just go work a shift and make the same amount of money. Just find a way to react to Monster Rancher players trying to read the rules. Yeah. Using shorts to edge the algo into thinking I'm the Final Fantasy guy before a series drops. Your shorts have been really funny, though. I'm really excited for the series. If you guys don't watch Bonus High Tops, I mean this sincerely. This is not just me gassing up a homie. I think he has literally the funniest fucking videos on the platform. They are the best edited, and they're the best written. Genuinely the funniest, best videos on the platform. You guys gotta go follow Bonus High Tops. Very different vibe from my channel, but it's incredible. Damn, big ass water cannon? Can we get a link? Yeah, here. He had this, here's the link to the channel. He put out this video, I guess it was like a year ago at this point almost, where he just decides to like go to like a low player count server on WoW and just like become Mr. Beast for that fucking world. And he's just like, participate in my games and I will give you gold. It's so fucking funny, man. It's very good. But the editing on that shit is so good. Anyway, the Undine wins. Is that my alt channel? I wish, man. The thing that gets me, and this is more of just like a, you know, watching or like spending a lot of time making my own videos or whatever, right? The thing I'm like most like impressed by is just like his ability to just make like basic like little text jokes or like make signs or whatever that like look legit, like they're photoshopped to like look legitimately real. It'll be like a text box from a game that you can't tell he's like changed the text inside it or whatever to like make a joke. Little things like that are like very hard to do convincingly. It like looks really cheap most of the time, especially when I do it. I have to like agonize over making sure it looks good. I think that's just him knowing more about like After Effects and stuff than I do. I've been so lazy about working with After Effects. I know how to do a couple of little transitions and effects. I know how to rotoscope with it, and that's about it. I haven't spent any time in it. Okay, prediction is live. Suck at editing. Suck is not a good enough word to probably describe. I only got 38 subscribers. I mean, plenty of people with lots of subscribers suck at editing. There's lots of little things you can do if you, and I don't say this pejoratively, but if you're like too lazy to learn, I don't mean this in like I'm better than these other people because I make my own stuff. If you literally don't want to bother learning how to like, you know, do motion on your like graphics and like fly-ins and shit like that, there's so many plugins now that you could literally just Google like, how do I do this effect? And then you just drag a link and it's like a preset and then you just throw that on your shit. Because I have friends who have channels, 70%. And this is not to like, 70% on Verdi. This is not to like throw anyone under the bus because like I said, you know, it's a cheat code. It works. But they have all these like really professional looking like fly-ins and things like that. And you know, like motion graphics and things like that, and they don't make videos. They don't spend a lot of time making videos. They like pump them out really quick because they just find plugins. And I enjoy, you know, doing things a little more bespoke, and it takes longer and it doesn't always look as good. So it's, you know, more effort for a worse end product. But it's just you know, you don't need to do that if you don't want to. Definitely have to take a look into that because I'll be the first admit I have absolutely no interest in learning to edit. Yeah, that's fair. It's not fun. What's that quote? Who was it? Was it the Funkland guy who's like, my least favorite thing in the world is video editing, and the only thing I hate more than that is not video editing. It's a struggle, but people do it because it's fun to make stuff. Spanakopita gonna take that one 2-0. A Real Tree and Stormtide up next. I think storytelling is the best skill to learn. Watch moosebones.com. moosebones.com, yeah. I do spend a lot of time, occasionally, on, you know, having a through-line narrative. It's not always there. It's not always important. But, When I feel like I have something interesting to say, I spend a little bit more time on it. What's really crazy about the Durahan video, and I feel really bad because it kept getting delayed. But it wasn't delayed because, you know, I was being lazy and not working on it. It was delayed because of, like, technical issues. It had been done for, like, a week. People really like the Durahan video, and I think it's carried by the fact that people really like Durahan. Because I'm going to be honest, it is one of the laziest videos I've made in a very long time. Predictions live, by the way. That's not to say it's bad. I think it's good. I wouldn't put it out if I didn't think it was good. But it's just, it's a combination of me getting faster at doing a lot of, like, the busy work. Sped up a lot of things. And then I got to a point where it was like, there's entire, like, chunks of the video that I cut out because I didn't want to find footage for it. I was just like, this is like a funny joke, but no one's going to hear it because I don't want to edit this. I don't want to find the clip. 66% on Stormtide. So imagine what you could have got if I wasn't lazy. That's all I'm saying. Imagine how much better it could have been. Stormtide gonna take game 1, by the way. The YouTuber with the best communication skills you've ever watched. Have you heard me mumble? Like, do you know how unintelligible my videos would be if I did not have an audio editing background? Like, I'm not a good voice actor. You know, I can talk to the mic. I can talk like we're talking now, and it's fine. And I enunciate and I do all that. But as soon as I'm reading a script, it's like, it's very wooden and it takes a lot of time. And the only reason that you can even hear the words I'm saying, and it's not just mumbly nonsense, is because it's like I have like a very complicated mic setup. Is Moosebones.com a real website? No, it's not. A real tree wins. Let's go totally real and normal tree. At least I'm not as witness as a real tree, but he won. He's a real boy now. The URL is available. I probably should take it. Terryfold and Cool Runnings. I just make like a link tree on it or something. Maybe that's something to look into tomorrow. Okay, prediction is live. The only thing you have on it are links to Legend Cup and my YouTube and the Twitch. That would probably literally be it. I like barely use social media anymore. I still have a Twitter, but it's private and I haven't used it in like 6 months. I have Blue Sky, but Blue Sky is... Blue Sky is like not something I use very often. I only follow like 100 and something people on it. So, you know, I check like once a day. And then, you know, if I check 8 hours later, it'll be the same posts because it's only like 100 people. Okay, we got almost everybody voting on Terryfold here. It's okay. There's a lot of cool art on it. Just stop checking X. This shit is depressing. Yeah, it's... Holy fuck, dude. Okay, Cool Runnings. Game 1. I have it privated, but I want to make sure when I delete it, it's like actually scrubbed, is my thing. Give him the good suck. The Glug Gluck 3000. The Rapid Flick at 48%. He got his ass. 10-chip bet might pay off. It might. Flick, flick, miss. Light, yeah, that's it. You done, kid. We're unironically Hawk2A posting in the year 2025 of our Lord. That's crazy. Okay. He wins it. And we got one more match in round 2, and then I'm gonna go get some more water. Bad Luck Duck and Saint Hakushin up next. Sounds like the kiss your gross old aunt or grandma would give you as a kid. The sound effect, and I assume you're not talking about the Suckomatic 3000. You had a very different aunt and grandma than I did. Prediction is live. But yeah, the sound effect for the kiss is pretty funny. I think it's just a stock sound effect. A lot of the sound effects are just from a library. That's a perfect example, by the way, of not everything needs to be bespoke. You can just use libraries for shit. Games do it. Some of the sound effects here are definitely like, you know, their own. But like all the little hit sound effects and stuff, they didn't like record all of those. Lots of that stuff is like readily available. Okay, 59% on Bad Luck Duck. No one of the tiger sound effects is also used by Melee Donkey Kong? Really? Which one? I'm trying to think. One that's like, ooh. Oh. Is it the... Wait, the DK taunt? Ooh. Really? He uses that? I mean, I could believe it. But I don't know if... I can't think of Tiger doing it. Angry Joe uses $10 intro templates. I will say, though, if you use templates for, like, intros and stuff, it can look soulless. It depends on what your goal is. Is your goal just to put out something quick? Because, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Also, Duck wins. I think that's 2-0, right? If he makes it in the Kamui video, you should edit in the Donkey Kong taunt. You found it? I love it when Tiger makes that noise. 05? Okay, 5 seconds in. Maybe. It sounds like it's pitched down, though. But yeah, that's just from a library, I guess. Found my new alarm clock. Holy shit. Instant nightmares. That was 2-0 for the duck, right? I'm gonna get yelled at, but I'm pretty sure that was 2-0 for duck. Does anybody know? We were just talking about sound effects. Nobody was even watching. Okay, I'm gonna go take a break. By take a break, I mean I'm gonna get another little glass of water, my tiny IHOP cup. My I-cup. My ICUP. But I'm going to... 8% sure it was 2-0 duck. Anyway, somebody watch that shit back. Let me know. You got a minute. BRB. I will be right back. Hey, welcome back. We're back. Hope you guys didn't miss me too much in the like 20 seconds I was gone. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's 2-0 duck. We're gonna call it, and then if I'm wrong, the beauty of this format is that while it does fuck up the rest of the tournament a little bit if I'm wrong, not too much. The only thing is that it will change the difficulty of their final opponents if I was wrong. That's the only thing it'll change. But they'll still have the two, how many wins they have. We can always just go back and change it. Okay, so Duck 120, thank you. Donis Pomoni, Bob Cyclone, Ichibu. Okay, so 5 fights for monsters that are we're gonna go backwards, basically. We got a bunch of monsters who are 1-1. We got a bunch of monsters who are 2-0, and a bunch of monsters who are 0-2. But we're gonna do all the monsters that are 1-1 first, and we're gonna work our way backwards. Slap the shit out of them game 1, yeah. So Bad Luck Duck, back up, and so did Popinski. Add. Duck's back. So these monsters will not advance or be relegated from these fights. Prediction is live. They both have a win and a loss, so, you know, they could be given a half a point one way or the other, but they won't actually move up or down a rank. And it'll be like this for the next few fights. I think there's only 10 fights that have monsters on the bubble one way or the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get through. I don't know why I need to count that. It should have been very obvious. 57% on Soda Popinski. 28% Cyclone. They're feeling it. He's getting slapped. All right. Duck knows what it takes. Game 3, here we go. Alright, and that might be it. Soda Popinski's not out, but he needs to dodge something, and he doesn't want to dodge anything, so it's over. Duck ends up going 2-1 in the tournament. Lost his first round to Enoch, very first match of the day, and then slapped his last 2 opponents into submission. A real tree and Midori up next. I can get that golem? That's just a special golem. He's not available in the original game. They took him out of Monster Rancher 2, the NTSC release, because, you know, it's drinking and whatever, and they didn't want him. So they made American Golem, Forward Golem, the one you get from Tecmo Bowl. But in DX, you can get both. Prediction is live. If you're curious about how to get any specific monster, you can just look it up on Legend Cup. It'll give you the exact codes you need to go make them at the shrine. Monster Rancher 2DX has all the monsters I've previously excluded. It does. Want him? You should get Giant Kick on him. I'm not going to explain any more, but you really should get or Heavy Kick. Heavy Kick is, yeah. So use Kick 30 times to unlock Heavy Kick, and that's the reason to run the Golem. That's all I'm going to say. I cannot, I'm going to be as cryptic as possible. Midori, with 98% of the vote. Dead. Game 2. Well, he walked up, so it's over. Dodge the Twister. This is true for reasons which I will not elaborate on further. It's literally the reason to get him. The headbutt, he's in the lead. They're only using basic power techs. Who's got it? It's a slap fight. Leaf gun? Oh, we got some damage on the board finally. Do we see beam gun? No, we see some whips. He hasn't. That's the first beam gun of the day. It did like no damage. He tried. Alright. Oh, you guys all lose your money. Next up, Smorbit and iFlames. It's like AI controlled hair spamming gas. It's, well, yeah, it is like that because it's AI controlled gel spamming and off basic tech. Speaking of, hopefully prediction is live. You did not curse him with that. I used to play Monster Rancher for years. I don't think I've raised the goal in Monster Rancher 2 yet. I mean, as long as you have Golem unlocked, there's no special requirement for that Golem. So you can just look it up on Legend Cup and it'll tell you the exact code you need to get him. But yeah, you got to get heavy kick with him. You'll see why, is all I'm going to say. 76% on Smorbit. Big Bang going to do big damage. iFlame still chilling though. Trample, not going to kill, but good chunk into the yellow. He only does need a basic to win this. Smorbit has options. There's the gas though. He thought about it. Oh, he grits. He can swing anything he wants. He can be anything at Zombocom. He wants to spam gas though. Alright. That was you. You did this. You did this. I fucking told you. Bring that bad juju in here. Use kick 30 times and find Mew under the truck. Only then will you find the Moose Bones Pokemon Tower Defense stream where you can catch Primal Magearna after learning I-Beam from punching too hard. That's true. It's all true. That's actually in the Bible. He's got Fury? Does he get to use it? No, and it ran out like immediately. Oh my god. Smacked. Another grit. He's still in it. He can't die. I will never die. Alright, he's dead. He tried though. It's the prankster's Bible, son. Alright. iFlames takes that. Slum and Cool Runnings up next. Will he show up here? Yeah, he's at the top. Look at that. 3 Nolan Men is the 3 prophets. No, they brought the frankincense, the gold, and the myrrh. The combo breaker. On the 3rd day, he created welterweight, and everyone was unhappy. Okay, prediction is live. What do you guys like? I didn't actually make welterweight. Like most good ideas, I stole it from a Japanese person. Many such cases. Okay, 87% on Cool Runnings. The big miss is actually crazy. It's not gonna do any damage there. See Gatling? He had a shot. The lifesteal miss. Low life, high defense is really funny. Because it does mean, ostensibly, you don't take much damage, and then you can heal off of, or sorry, just low life, no defense, I guess, no defense. But the really low life with lifesteal is really funny because it means that you can get lifesteal back to full health really easily. Another charge, he beat his ass. Plum, gonna take that. Also, iFlames beat Smorbit. Torneos and Spanakopita. Anyone have a golem that don't have Cyclone? Not in this format. In this format, it's very good. Oh, it's time for me to open a pack. We gotta open a pack, folks. Okay, prediction is live. Okay, what am I gonna get while this prediction's happening? I got nothing. Well, that shit happens. It is gambling. Oh, useless. Be funny. Yeah, that second Soul Galio, so I can just start grinding ranked more. 75% on Torneos. I don't need to be grinding rank more. Realistically, I would like to grind less, which is why I want a better deck. Holy shit. No speed and defense, but life max, power max, accuracy max. Yeah, that's a common tank for this format. Defense is a bad stat, and life does more for damage mitigation than defense does. So if you don't want to dodge and you want to build a tank, this is how you do it in middleweight. Yeah. But it loses to Cyclone Golem, so that's why every Golem's got Cyclone, because half the builds have that stat spread. Oops, that was only one, right? No, wait, that was 2-0. That was 2 matches. Yeah, 2-0, yeah. Yeah, since half the monsters are tanks, if you're running a golem, getting Cyclone means that you instantly beat half the monsters in the format. Jet Jaguar and Bonsai up next. Can you tell when the reel ran out? Yeah. Bonzette. No grits for your boy tonight? Yeah, it happens. We all get unlucky occasionally. Okay. Prediction is live. And thanks for entering, someone. Appreciate it. It's good to see Spanakopita still kicking after all these years. Low these many years. Alright, everybody likes Jet Jaguar. He is a cool looking guy. I get it. Hits him with the rolling... Okay. Good opener. And he loses. Alright. Shit. Crit teleport? That's Suezo's weakest attack. It does less damage than Tail Assault does. I think it does more than Spit. Oh my god, and the tongue slap? Y'all bet wrong. You made a mistake. I made mistakes that I can't erase. I don't even know who fucking sings that. That song sucks. Daggone it and Julian next. I knew he's win. He is win. Someone was talking smack talking teleport. It is weak. I don't think it's bad for its cost. It just is like literally the lowest number value. Are you just talking about someone else was talking smack about it? I think it can feel bad if you swing it at the wrong time, but I do think it's a pretty good pickup. Prediction is live. It's accurate and it withers. It's true. The thing about Tail Assault is like Tail Assault is a really good basic tech, but it's like what, -4 or something? Like it's not super accurate. So it's fast animation, it's good for what it does, but you can't like rely on it all the time. Sometimes you need something that does a little bit more damage. Feels good in middleweight and welterweight. Yeah, I think it's probably worse in lightweight. I would agree with that. 92% on Daggone It. In a competitive setting, which battle specials are must-haves aside from Grit and Power Anger? Fury... The thing is, beyond those, also GG's, everything has like such a low chance to proc that it doesn't really matter. It's more of like it would be cool if this went off. And those are like Fury and Hurry. Fury is if you get hit by a monster who has a battle special active, most likely you get hit by somebody who has anger up. Oh my god, kissed to death. That happened to a friend of mine. If you get hit by a monster that has a battle special active, which most often is like anger, Fury can proc, and what Fury does is it doubles your damage and withering. So it's like power plus anger combined, except you don't like get faster guts regen, which obviously is like game changing, but it's on a very short timer. And you know, a lot of the time when you get hit by something with anger, you've got a lot of guts withered, right? So you don't always have a great chance to counterattack. So Fury is like in theory very strong, but you know, doesn't actually end up being very impactful most of the time. And Hurry is if you're losing in the last 10 seconds of a match, it doubles your critical hit rate, which is like, you know, potential comeback factor. But again, a lot of things have to go right, and again, you only have 10 seconds to make it happen. But they are good in the sense that they have no downside. So if you can get them, it just objectively makes your monster stronger. It's just, it makes it stronger by degrees. You have a chance for something big to happen that you wouldn't have otherwise. Prediction is live. Ease is really good for speed monsters. What it does is if you dodge or hit any combination of attacks 5 times in a row, you get ease, or can get ease. And what it does is it lowers your guts cost on everything, and it increases your evasion, like your speed, by basically the same amount as it would if you did Foolery, but like in the opposite direction. So Foolery like lowers all of your evasion by like 1 stage. Think of like Pokemon. If someone uses, you know, Growl, it lowers your attack by 1 stage. Foolery lowers your evasion by 1 stage, and ease raises it by 1 stage. So it does like the opposite. 82% on Big Bath Time. And yeah, the problem is you take double damage if you get hit. So it's not good on tanks. It's just a straight up downside on tanks. Also, no music? Oh, it's there. How is the music? It looks like it might be a little bit loud. People always say it's not too loud, but I've listened to a couple of my streams, and man, it's loud sometimes. See, he's got Hurry active. It's actually equal to 2 stage in Pokemon. It lowers your defense by 2 stages. Oops. Okay, so Whale takes game 1. TV's Columbo. What's his name? Appreciate the Pokemon comparisons. I'm quite knowledgeable in Pokemon competitive. It's funny because like I've talked. Was it in the DQM video where I was comparing it to Pokemon? And I'm like, look, I gotta compare this to something. And if you don't know what Pokemon is and you've never played Pokemon and you're watching this, like I don't know what to tell you. I appreciate it, but like that's crazy. How'd you find my video? Okay, game 2. Here we go. Big Bath Time won. Game 1. Hits him with the bubbles. Oh no, wait. Did he? No, TV's Columbo won. Big Bath Time got Hurry and then did nothing with it. He tried swanging, but couldn't land it. Another bubbles? Alright, we're going to game 3. Game 3, here we go. Big tidal wave? You're dead, kid. You're dead, Jim. You got him. Big Bath Time is a great name. It is actually a really good name. They're both good names. TV's Columbo is sick too. Stegosaurus D and Hydroplex up next. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? We're about halfway through round 3. This seems like a pretty good length for a tournament for me. When we have to like grind and be like on the ball for 4 hours, it feels like really tough. And I feel like, you know, there's not as much banter, and I don't get to talk about stuff that's not Monster Rancher that much. Which, you know, there's a time and place for that, but I think a random weekly tournament it's fine to just fuck around a little bit. Hydroplex was 73%. Who do you think is more tedious competitively, ranching Monster Rancher 2 or training Pokemon? Training Pokemon like 1,000%. It's not even close. I've never enjoyed making a team in Pokemon. I love battle sims. Hell, I would rather play with like the rental mons in Pokemon Stadium than like make a team. Not if my opponent had their own like bespoke team, would I like playing with the rental mons? But I mean just like in general, if it was like came down to like what format would you rather play? Like VGC, where you like make your team, or Pokemon Stadium? I'd probably say Pokemon Stadium. Prediction is live. Training Pokemon, once you figure out the build is way faster than monster raising. It's like 20 minutes. Finding the mon itself is dumb. No, that's the part that's a huge pain in the ass, yeah. Getting the EV spread, all the RNG with it is a huge pain in the ass. Okay, that's game 1, right? Someone will... No? Okay. It's 2-0? It's 3-0 now, baby. That's fine. I got to play one extra round. The disrespect, I'm sorry. Enoch and Goop up next. She goop on my Enoch. Until something... I don't know. There's not a third word in that. So it doesn't work. Until I hydroplex? There you go. Okay, prediction is live. Don't take long to EV trainer breed as long as you got a good Ditto. It's obnoxious. And the thing that's like kind of a problem,
Burying his body.
especially with like this game more than Pokemon, is that if you don't like the build, if you test something and you're like, you know what, I don't really like that, I gotta change something up, it feels more like maddening to do it all over again. Whereas with this, you have like saves and stuff, and you can just like go back and like redo the monster from like halfway through. 66% on Enoch. It's funny though how like I'm all for genning in Pokemon. I think it's fine. I don't compete, so you know my opinion isn't worth much, but I personally don't really care. But the reason I don't care is because you need to pilot the team, right? You need to still perform. Whereas with this, it's the opposite. Because you're not piloting them on, if you just gen the stats in, you've done literally nothing. You haven't passed go. You haven't collected $200. It's the opposite. Redoing a Pokemon's EV spread takes surgical precision. It's more like time effective to just start from scratch a second time. Also, okay, Enoch wins that one. Next up, we got Verdi and Kokoro. Moves are also a big deal for sure. And lots aren't like easy to get, and you got egg move situations, and like you deal with them. Like it's not like all of this is like so difficult that you can't do anything about it. And they've definitely made big strides like every gen recently to like make it easier, make it more simple to like actually like, you know, build the mons you want. But it's still I don't know. It's just, I don't really enjoy that part of it. Prediction is live. Test them all in Showdown to make sure my EV spreads and movesets. Yeah. But, like, what would you do without that? Monster Hunter is fun because there's so little player agency in the matches that it's like, I got a fun idea for a build. Let me try this. And then it doesn't work out. It's like, oh, well, whatever. But I can just do it again. But in Pokemon, because there's so much player agency, like, you have full control of what happens in a match outside of, like, you know, RNG rules. You have to make them on. If you didn't have something like Showdown or a Battle Sim, you would have to make them on. You would have to test the team, and then you would have to play a bunch of games to see if it actually works or not. Unless it's, like, obviously very bad, in which case, you know, you would know right off the hop. But, like, you got to play a bunch of games and then go, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, and then you got to, like, rebuild from there. And it can be hard to tell if it's multiple parts that are broken or just, like, one big thing, and I don't know. It's a good thing that we have the Battle Sims, is all I'm saying. 60% on Kokoro. I've never played VGC, like, in a meaningful way. I played a lot of singles. Not so much recently, but Gen 5 was, like, I was really into it. Like, hundreds of hours a week. Not a week. I would probably play, like, 100 to, like, 150 hours of Pokemon, like, comp a month, for sure. At least. Picked up Expedition 33. Yeah, people are saying it's really good. Gen 5 is when I first got into comp Pokemon. It was the first time I had internet. It was when Gen 5 was out. That was the first gen that I actually had access to the internet. Kamikaze, big damage. So I played on Pokemon Online before I played on Showdown. You guys remember Pokemon Online? It was just like a text interface, basically. It was like, it was very similar, but there's just less animations and stuff. So it was really easy to, like, accidentally miss what happened in the last turn because you would just get a text prompt, but it would happen immediately. So there was turns where I'd be like, nothing happened, and I would press the button again, but they're, like, setting up or something, and I'm, like, pressing the button over and over again. It doesn't look like anything's happening on my side, but they're, like, at +6, like, immediately, because it was just, like, rapid-fire turns, like, bam, 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 back and forth. I'm like, uh-oh, I've lost. Okay, Verdi, gonna lose that one. 2-1 to Kokoro. Shoddy and Pokelab. What was the... Fuck, what's it called? Poke Battle? Poke Battle was the thing that came out in, like, 2013, 14, something like that? After Gen 6 had dropped. And what it was you had to play within a stat cap. Or like a salary cap. Every mon had a salary attached to them. And you had to make a team out of it. And you needed to make sure you had 6 mons on the team. So you couldn't just grab like 3 really powerful, like, Xerneas, Kyogre, Lugia or something like that. And then just set up on your opponent's Murkrow or something. It was a lot of fun. But I remember there was forums for that. Prediction is live. There was a weird thing where they had a database, like a Pokedex of, like, competitive builds. And I got pretty high on the ladder with, like, a bunch of different stuff. And I would, like... By high on the ladder, I mean I was, like, top 100 or something. And I would be like, hey, here's some teams I've been using. And they just didn't, like, they're like, no, this doesn't look like a competitively viable set. And I'm like, brother, I've been using it. I've got like an 80% win rate. And they're like, no, this Slowbro set doesn't look very good. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. Like, I'm winning with it. And they're like, no, we require a higher level of set to like include in our database, and it was just very funny because it was like it happened a couple of times. I had a really good Murkrow set. I had a really good Slowbro set. The Slowbro set I had was like really obnoxious. It worked well in the format, but it was like Whirlpool Yawn and Slack Off, and I don't remember what the last one was. But it was just like, it was a trapper. And then because of the rest of my team, it worked really well to just like catch guys off guard. And then, you know, you get someone put to sleep and then you set up your team and you're good to go. And he's not the only mon that can do that. It's not like, I'm not the first person to ever think about it. 50-50 on the bet, by the way. But it worked really well. And they're like, nah, we think the Psychic Scald Slack Off Yawn build is like the only one that works. It's like, okay, that's cool, man. Also, I remember they had a forum, and there's this one guy in the forum who called himself like God Emperor Suzaku or something, which is like a bad sign. And then he would like he would like role play as like the best Pokemon trainer of all time, but like just like talk shit to people all the time, and like just like he's one of those kids. Like he's a weird kid, you know. And you weren't allowed to say anything to him because I guess he was friends with like one of the mods or whatever. But he would just go around being like, "You peons cannot comprehend my plays or whatever." And then people would be like, "You gotta like shut up." And it's like, "Hey, don't be mean to him." It's like, okay. Anyway, that's 1-1. I'm pretty sure. I gotta start actually watching the matches. It's fun talking. I miss talking. I'm like 99% sure it's 1-1. Anyway, Terryfold takes that. Worst case scenario, he won 2-1. Either it's 3-0 or 2-1. So Furiosa gonna get sent down. Also, the last one we had as well, Kokoro saving himself from that birdie is gonna get sent down, unfortunately. Frost for Shock and Ragnarok up next. Remember I spammed WoW Taunt knock Mew back in Gen 5? Since it was early 5, I had to pack Psychic for Rubushin? Yeah. That fucker was everywhere. It was so funny playing with the Japanese names. I remember being like kind of mad when Volcarona got announced. Like we found out its English name because I thought Olgamoth was like a great name. Prediction is live. I remember when I first started playing Gen 5, I had this really fucked up set on a Reuniclus. This is like when I was first getting into competitive, and it was the first time I had played since I was like a child. And so there was a ton of new moves and like abilities and stuff that like I had never played with. And so I saw Magic Guard and I'm like, well, this seems broken. What can I do to make sure this stays broken? And so, because I had only had experience with like Gen 1 and 2, and although I played a lot and was good at it, you know, there's a learning curve when you've been away for many moons. And so I had a Reuniclus build that was Barrier, Calm Mind, Recover, and because I couldn't give it a Psychic move because I would lose if anybody swapped in a Darkmon at any time, and this was like the ultimate setup mon. The final move was Hidden Power Fire, and it worked like 20% of the time, but 20% of the time, man, it worked 60% of the time. 75% on Ragnarok. Real funny build, real bad, but genuinely funny, and like the type of build that someone who hasn't played Pokemon in 15 years would immediately gravitate to, for sure. Sock and Throw are funny names. I love Throw. Throw's like one of my favorite Pokemon. Really fun, competitive mon. I used him briefly in Gen 6 because he was like a kind of decent Mega Kangaskhan answer. Flame Orb and Trick. That makes sense. So Ragnarut, unfortunately, has not had a chance to fight anybody with 0 speed. All 3 of his opponents have had a lot of speed, so he's had like 1 to like 10% chance to hit. Guts Raid's doing a lot of work for him. But 1% Toxic Pollen? I don't know, man. He's trying. Froster Shock, gonna take that one. Okay, so Ragnarut unfortunately gets relegated. If he has to fight some tanks, he'll do better next time. Stormtide and Ocean Larry. We got a Zilla fight. Octan. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? We actually got more viewers on YouTube than on Twitch right now. Hello, YouTube folks. Everybody voting for Ocean Larry right now. It's very small bets, but it is everybody on him. All right, it changed. Things changed. We got tank versus speed. Matchup tale as old as time. 94% on Stormtide. I still remember that Gen 5 used to be the most hated gen. Now people consider it peak Pokemon experience. Yeah, because, you know, retrospect is a hell of a thing. People didn't like the whole, like, none of the Pokemon I remember are back. A lot of the designs did not mesh with what people thought Pokemon was supposed to look like. Starters, I still think, are like by far the weakest in the series. Like, no question at all. Nothing comes even close to being as bad as the starters for Gen 5. I do like me some Tepig. And I like Pignite, but I'm not a big Emboar fan. Scratch, he gets him. Enjoy the Gen 5 experience, having nothing but new Pokemon available to encounter. I never actually played the game. I only played competitively. Most Gen 5 Pokemon were knockoffs of the Gen 1 roster. That was literally the idea, though, right? It's all new Pokemon, but it's, like, references to old Pokemon. Which is, like, kind of an interesting way to do it, but, you know, people hate change. Emboar being third fighting fire starter in a row is just lazy game design. I guess. Okay, so Ocean Larry, gonna take that one 2-1. I was gonna say, like, what else could he be though as a design? You'd probably have to make a different design, right? But I was like, maybe like dark is like an obvious one because there's like he's got black on him. But I was thinking like maybe like rock would work, right? But that was before they were like open to the idea of rock Pokemon not actually just being straight up rocks. Because it wasn't really until Rockruff that they were like, this is a rock Pokemon that, oops, that is, you know, not made entirely out of rocks. Fire Rock Emboar with Reckless Stab, Head Smash, hell yeah. Prediction is 5. Country isn't even available in Gen 5. Yeah, it's the Dream World Serp in Gen 6. The fucked up Dream World server matches, yeah. Okay, 72% on Morbid Torpor. Morbid Torpor. Hurdy-gurdy. Hits the Thunderbolt 2 in a row. Top Assault. A little bit of damage, but he's a tank, so Top Assault is like the worst move he can use. Dodges the Hurricane, he's chilling. Horn Smash, good damage. Good damage. He's chilling. Back blow. He's got back blow. Alright. He got him. Punched him to death. Game number 2. Here we go. Rolling bomb, a little bit of damage. Hurricane, it's a kill if it lands. Punch combo, how much damage are you looking at? 579. He's not out of it yet. Gen 5 is also in a story as the Pokemon games become more mature and complex. Yeah, for at its detriment. It's not, you know, maybe it hit different if you were like 12 years old when it came out. But, wow, we're being mean to Pokemon? Is not like a novel, like, narrative. Apollyon and Brad Warden V2. The thing that's like really funny is that despite Gen 5's attempt to like try for like a serious tone and like, you know, have a, it's not that it tried to have a more adult story, but it tried to like explore on ideas that like were not really like part of like the Pokemon narrative up until that point, despite the fact that it had been things that people had like talked about for years. Gen 6 comes around and they're like, hey, what if we just have like a sad detective who's like trying to pay rent? And then that's a better story than all of Gen 5. Predictions Lab, by the way. It's actually the guy. It's not the villain's true motives. I know, but like, it's all obnoxious world-ending nonsense dressed up to be like, makes you think, don't it? We live? We are live. 57% on Apollyon. Are we into the... Yeah, we're into the advancement matches. Whoever wins these gets moved up a rank. Goes to first Dan. He grits. He's chilling. Cyrano just want to dance with Pokemon or some shit. He's just living his life, man. The squad is really obnoxious, and like I remember not liking that as like an element of the game when I played through it. But a big part of me enjoying Gen 6 is realizing that it's not Monster Rancher, and then it's gonna hold my hand. Whereas Monster Rancher is very much the opposite, and it's just like do whatever the fuck you want. Double Death Thrust? Not enough to kill this time. Gives him anger. What do we got? The big Turn Assault Apollyon. Gonna take that one. It could have been anyone's match. Least favorite evil team? Yeah, it's stupid. An incel? It's not that he's an incel. He is kind of. But it's just like, what if Nazis? Like, it's so insane, man. It's like, what if the bad guys were like actual fascists? And not just like, we want to rule the world type fascists, but in like, we need to exterminate everyone who does not, like, uphold our ideals of beauty and culture. Bob Cyclone, Night Shibu. It's too much, man. It's not interesting. The low-level teams are way more interesting. Team Rocket and Team Skull are like way more fascinating as like actual teams. His dialogue with Diantha, I don't even remember it, man. I'm gonna be honest, so much of the story of Gen 6 was like so shit that I remember getting to the end and not knowing who Diantha was. I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. They have like a champion who's like a character that hasn't been introduced yet. Like if she shows up earlier in the story, I don't remember it, man. AZ's story was at least good. Yeah, AZ's story was good. The Looker story at the end, I think, is like the strongest part of the game narratively by like a mile. Maybe the strongest bit of narrative in the franchise. And it's just like a little slice of life story about a guy who's like trying to keep his business afloat. It's like the first time I've cared about something in a game. 64% on Naichabu. Tells you she's a model. Oh, okay. Leaves is the champion. That was it? Alright. So, yeah, that's about what I remember. Holy fuck, that punch. Right in the skull, I guess. That'll do it. Turn my legs to jelly. Jumping chop again. Slap miss at 58. He's got legs. He knows how to use them. We're going to game 3. He 0 for 3, but, you know, you gotta respect it. By only 1 HP. If he grits, he goes back to full health. Look at that. And now if he hits once, okay, well, that's absolutely gonna kill. But you can win on percentage. If he hit like 1 punch and it didn't kill and it went to time, he would end up winning because he would have a higher percentage of remaining life. That's a 1 life build, by the way, that won all 3 of its sets. Threadripper and Dino Spumoni up next. New meta unlocked. People have been doing it for a little while, but yeah, it's sick. Yeah, but the diving press doesn't do any damage either. There is like obviously a downside to running 1 life because you would think like, oh, everything kills him then, but like most things kill you if you have like 200 life as well, right? It's not that big of a difference. The biggest difference is that if you're fighting a monster that has like off-stat basic text, like if you're fighting a power Suezo that has spit, because you know all Suezos have spit, the spit will also kill. Whereas if you have like 100 life or 200 life, the spit won't kill then. So it's better in niche matchups like that, or against monsters that have really bad basic text that like probably won't do 100 damage. But it's definitely interesting. 55-45 in Dino Spumoni's favor. Fire charge open, pretty good. Team player had pretty garbage motives, but you can't deny their plan. They had succeeded would have been awful, particularly in Pokemon Y. Yeah, they're literally Nazis. Like that's the whole thing, right? Is that they want to like kill everybody who does not like. They want to purify the world and like rid it of its ugliness, so that only beauty may remain, which is like ultra fascist talking points. But they gave him a funny beard, so you know it's a little bit more digestible, I guess. Team Rocket's just the mafia. Like they're not good guys either, but you know it's a little bit more interesting. Are you gonna watch? There's a reason why people watch the Sopranos, and you know they lack the media literacy to know that Tony is a bad guy, but nobody is watching Schindler's List and thinks Hitler's doing the right thing. You know, I shouldn't say nobody. I mean, you know, you know what I'm saying. But Ripper's gonna rip. They are. Kafka, Esca, Mementos up next. Nobody sane. Nope. You're right, but, you know, it's the world that we live in. Picking up what you're putting down. He likes the gabagool. He does. I've been watching Sopranos clips on YouTube because they're really funny. Predictions Live. I've watched the whole series, so just seeing it distilled into clips is always like really goofy because it's like missing context or whatever. But about 50 comments on any of the videos, because I read them because there's something wrong with my brain. I don't respond because I'm not an actual crazy person. I'm not like in the YouTube comments like seething about it. But half of them are like, yeah, Tony was in the right here. You can't disrespect the boss like this and that. And it's like, in the real world, this is how you take care of business. That's a real man. And it's like, you're fucking crazy people. Like, your kids have done you a disservice by letting you go online unsupervised. What are you doing? You're a 65-year-old man who owns like I don't know, like a small contracting business. You like are a roofer or something. 88%. And like Tony Soprano is your role model. You should like, I would say therapy, but like a gun is probably the better option. Like the people in your life are not happy, man. Kafka-esque taking game 1. Betting against your duck because everyone else bet on loses? Loses. Everyone bet on him, okay. Look at that. I'm going to game 3. Which gen is my favorite? Gen 2. I think Gen 2 has the most aura, as the kids would say. That Gen 2 has the best vibes, for sure. And the best pixel art, IMO. Also, it's very hard to understate how big of a cultural impact it had when it came out. Can't give these guys guns, they're legit psychopaths. No, I mean, you can read between the lines on what I'm talking about. Mementos. You know, if you look at the statistics on what happens when you have a gun in the house. It's all, you know. Mementos takes that one 2-1, and Kafka-esque's trainer gets a big payout. Gen 2 has a simple story and cool Pokemon. It did. All the problems people have with it are like very funny to me. It's like, it's literally like the epitome of like, cool opinion. Did a YouTuber give it to you? I say with, no self-awareness of what I'm doing right now, but giving you my opinion on YouTube. All right, this is our last match of the night. Here we go. Big bets, big bets. Get your money in. Make up all that last chippies that you got from being a bad bettor up until this point. Now it's time to be a good bettor. You got a minute to bet. Final match of the night. They should be lucky Gen 2 was such a success, otherwise they wouldn't have their precious Gen 7 and 8. It's actually kind of crazy. But like all of the discussions and stuff I see about it are like so obnoxious because it's like, oh, the level scaling is bad. And how come they don't have any Pokemon from their region? And how come nobody's asking when Poochie's off screen, where's Poochie? Like, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, okay, what you're saying is that, hey, Zaf, thank you for interrupting my rants and resetting my brain a little bit. I appreciate that. The thing about Gen 2 is that when it came out, there was no precedence for what a sequel to Pokemon should be, right? And if you're watching this, you're probably like, oh my god, he's on this fucking bit again. But yes, like, the thing is that everybody at the time was fine with the trainers not having any new Pokemon. And everybody who's like, oh, like, how come I gotta wait until I've beaten the Elite Four to get Houndour or whatever? It's like, did you want the game to not have anything new after you beat the Elite Four? Did you want it to just be like more of the same for the second half of the game? The problem is gamers don't know fuck all about game design. And if it was up to you to make games, I'd be reading books. That's all I'm going to say about that. 94% on A&E. People don't like my boy. That's probably fine. This is a rough matchup. 9% stab. Let's go, baby. 30% on roll assault. He can't hit it, but he's trying. He knows what to swing. 7% stab. He's got 99 guts on flattening. All right. What can we do? 1, 2, 4%. The foolery, 10% stab. He's swinging as much as he can. He's doing his damnedest. He got, but it is what it is. Dark isn't too gate kept in comparison. Sneasel, I don't think you get Sneasel till Mount Silver, right? Anyway, I lost. All right. You know what's really funny? When I was making this build, I was thinking of making a heavyweight build. And then I gave it the heavyweight stat spread in a format that it like does not work for. So it's quite funny. But, you know, 2-1, not too shabby. That means all of my monsters so far have gone 1-2 or 2-1. I have not had a 3-0 or an 0-3. Mr. Vis was Mount Silver. I mean, Sneasel was as well. Sneasel is in gold version. Yes, it's in Mount Silver. Is it an Ice Cave before Blackthorn? Is it in both? You can definitely get Sneasel in the field before Mount Silver, like 100%. I'm like super sure of it. Here, let's look it up. Yeah, it's Swinub and the Jinx and Delibird. Delibird is not in gold. I literally only played gold until like 3 weeks ago. I played Crystal for the first time. I've never played Silver, only played gold, but I have like 1,000+ hours in gold from like competitive play and all of that. And then, but yeah, Silver I never played, and then Crystal I'm only playing for the first time now, which is really funny. So, like, it's my first time seeing the battle tower and all that. Your top tiered? Which one was yours? Threadripper? I think that was yours, right? 5 Bajarls last week to 0 this week. That's true. We had Bajarls, or B-Clons this week. So, A&E, Threadripper, Bob Cyclone, Mementos, Apollyon, all... Oh, Memento, so yeah, okay. All advancing. So 2 Nakas, A&E, who's like perennial top tier. Bob Cyclone with the, the fucking 1 life golem, hell yeah, baby. And so that's all the monsters that advanced. And then monsters that got demoted, we got Stormtide, Ragnarok, Saint Hakushin, Verde, and Furiosa. This was fun. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Just check Sneasel's in Ice Path, only Crystal, and Gold Silver. It's only available post-game. Yeah, okay. I don't think stuff being available post-game is a bad idea. Also, you know, the Elite Four is at like fucking level 40 or something, so the game's not over at that point. You see the credits. You see the credits, but you can still keep going. Nothing's stopping you. But yeah, the arguments bother me because it's like you are describing a worse game. I want everything available from the beginning. I want to be able to catch fire Pokemon on Route 1. That makes the game better. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You sound stupid. You sound like a big dummy. Anyway, let's go raid somebody. Gen 2 is even the only generation to gatekeep new mons to the post game. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. You can't reason with these people. They watched a YouTube video. And, you know, they let someone decide for them that that's what they believed, and now that's what they believe. Whereas you guys who are being smart are listening to me and, you know, doing the same thing, but it's different because it's me. Why can't I catch Zapdos right outside my house? I will say, for as much as, like, movesets and stuff in the old games suck, the ability to have like a full team of like 6 different types, all with like type advantage and shit that you can get in the new games, does make the games feel like it's a very different feeling to the game, I will say. Whereas, you know, in the old games, you feel like you have 1 or 2 attacks that are like typed. Most of the attacks are normal. You got a couple of fire attacks, you got a couple of grass attacks, you got a couple of water attacks, but like you don't have the whole squad set up from the get-go, right? I think that starts happening around Gen 4 a little bit more. But like I'm playing through Crystal right now, and my team is very funny. It's Crobat, Fortress, Typhlosion, and the rest. I don't remember. Heracross. I think I dumped Heracross though. I don't know. It's a fun team. It's like 90% normal type attacks though. Sandslash. It's fun team. It's like 60% new mons. Or 50% new mons. Anyway. Who's streaming tonight? Anyone playing Monster Rancher? We haven't searched to see if anyone's playing Monster Rancher in a while. Me and another guy. And the other guy is Monster Bet, so that's not actually another guy. Alright, well, we're just going to do what we do normally. We're going to raid the... yeah, nobody's playing anything that is, like, super exciting to me. So, we're going to raid Hot Dad. Hope you guys had a good night. I'm back tomorrow. We're going to stream again tomorrow. We got 2 nights in a row. It's a Christmas miracle. Christmas came early. Santa brought it early. And what he brought is a second Moose Bone stream. Tomorrow, we're going to be hanging out, because I do have the night off, I do believe. And we won't be doing more DXBL. We're going to be taking a little break. Because, you know, we can do other things. But... maybe we'll raise a new monster. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll try that beat the game, only feeding your monster potatoes and not spending money. That's kind of interesting. It's definitely possible. I think it might just be obnoxious. Nuzlocke? I'm not doing another Nuzlocke. Maybe we'll play Pokemon Auto Chess. We'll just, we'll see what's up. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.